Welcome back, Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And today's knife I have before you is one that I picked up at Blade Show, and this is the Chris Reeve Knives Large Inkosi Insingo. Yeah, that's a mouthful. And the reason why I picked this up at Blade was for two reasons. First of all, they released the natural linen, natural micarta inlay version there at Blade Show, if I'm not mistaken. And also, I wanted to be able to handle a bunch of different samples of the 21 and the 20 and the Inkosi. And the reason for that is because I've owned 3 or 4 large 21s, and just as luck goes, the action just wasn't that smooth on my 21s. So I went back and forth, and I probably aggravated the people at the Chris Reeve booth, but I asked them to handle a bunch of different 21s, and I had the 21 with the same type of inlays, and I had the Inkosi, and that's what it boiled down to whenever I was trying to make my decision. And after handling them all, bunches of them, this was the one that I thought was better for me. As you can see, I haven't done, only thing I've done to it is just cleaned it up. I took it apart and just wiped down everything and put some fresh grease in there, just because, this one was a show sample, so I wasn't sure if it had any grit or grime just from, either the factory or people handling it. And I must say, out of box, super impressed. None of my other Sabenzas I owned could I flip them out like that, even after, polishing the washers and doing the few little tricks that you can do. I just wasn't that impressed. And I know it was just bad samples, because I've had friends that have the smoothest 21s I've ever felt. But this one is just amazing. The action is super, super nice. Only thing that I have noticed, being that this Torx right here is only threaded on one side, and by tightening this, you're not doing anything for the knife, and therefore you get a little bit of pinch. And this is definitely not a drop-free knife, even though it's super smooth. The smoothest Sabenza that I've put my hands on, and I've been dying to get an Insingo blade. I have absolutely loved this. I will say the edge it had on it whenever I got it was less than subpar, and that is probably because tons of people had been handling it, no telling, if it hit the countertop or whatnot. And the bevels weren't completely lined up, so I had to put a proper edge on there. The Apostle P gave me some advice. I did it on 17 degrees per side, and I put a 20-degree micro bevel on it. And just listen to how, you can usually tell how sharp something is by the way it glides through paper, the sound it makes. And this is just standard phone book paper, and look. And also, if you have any hang-ups on that edge at all, when you go to do slow cutting like this, you're going to tell right away, because it's going to catch. And I have this other phone book paper that's almost like thin tissue paper. This stuff is very, very flimsy. It's way more flimsy than this. This one's a little bit thicker. And I've noticed the only knives that will cut this paper are ones that are extremely, extremely sharp. And I haven't tested on this, so I might make a fool of myself. But let's see. Yeah, look at that. Screaming sharp. Let's just show you with a standard. This is the standard edge on a Spyderco lightweight Mannix. Let's see, it may cut it. Now see, it's catching and hanging up in certain spots, and that, there's nothing wrong with it. This edge is super sharp, but it just lets you know you have a few little hang-ups, and you need a little bit more refinement on that edge. I'm not going to give you any specs. There's so many videos about the Inkosi out there. Just wanted to give you a quick look at it. I'll give you a size comparison. I also have a small drop point Inkosi. There you go. They're quite a bit different in size and width. There you go. I want to trade this guy for this one. Is not seeing much pocket time. The only thing that it's seen is whenever I went to the show, I got their maintenance guy to tune it up for me. So he cleaned it up. It still has the same factory edge. It just doesn't get carried a bunch, not much at all, especially now that I got this guy. This one rides in the pocket a lot whenever I'm not reviewing other knives. This is the knife that I usually go to. But if anybody's interested in trading, I wanted to get me a Menundi. I don't really care what kind. I just wanted to, when I handled one of those at Blade Show, and I was very impressed. And like I said, being that I had the large Inkosi, I know this one's not going to get carried anymore. It's got the double thumb lugs. I don't think there's any snail trails. Well, there's a little pocket wear on the clip. But if anybody's interested in this on a trade for a Menundi, please let me know. I'll try to leave my email in the description box. You can email me. If you have an Instagram, you can DM me. That's how I'd rather do it. All right, guys and girls, I'll keep this one short. That is the large Insingo Inkosi with a fresh new edge. And I'm not a professional sharpener. I sharpen on the wicked edge, and I just like to be able to service my own edges. So I don't do sharpening. You know, I don't do it for other people. I'll do it for friends. I just don't think my skill set is where it needs to be for, charging money for it. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. There you go. Just a quick look. And let me know if you'd like to see a review on this guy. Like I said, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.